Welcome to Kingdoms Reborn, a game in which you have an open world full of possibilities and you get to start your own little trading colony or kingdom, depending on what you're into. Let's get into the single player first of all and start a new game. One really cool thing about single player is the ability to randomize the map seed and of course just change things as you see fit. Now keep in mind this is an early access game. They even mentioned that the AI is not very responsive, so right now, it's not really a thing, although you will see other cities popping up around you. We're actually going to start with 8 AI players and just get right in, see kind of what our city. So the Great Freeze has left civilization in ruin. Very few were strong enough to withstand the cold and plague that claimed the Earth. And you're going to see that that's actually a big deal in this game, which is going to be winter and, of course, disease. So I definitely don't want to start over here by the Starks territory. I want to find another location where I could thrive, and this looks like a pretty good starting point. I know there's not a lot of territory here, but we could eventually grow grapes, and actually this looks even better. And we'll expand out to this area over time. So these are just the starting items, the initial resources. I'm going to go ahead and confirm that, and the first thing we want to do is place our town hall. Now this game does rely on a card draw system, which is a bit different maybe for games like this. I think the wheat seeds are going to be extremely important because wheat farming allows you to turn that wheat not only into food but into beer, which is wonderful. And let's also get the productivity book here. Now, I'm going to allow it to guide me. The game just gives good advice, what can I say, and it also allows you to follow some objectives. So for the food producer, my favorite, of course, we can use the wheat seeds and just do a typical farm, but my favorite thing to do is actually get a fisherman depot out here. That being said, let's get the farm going. Let's let you guys see kind of what that looks like. Now, something that I've noticed in this game is that you absolutely need storage space, and I have, in the past, not gotten enough storage space and paid dearly for it. So right now, we'll just go ahead and get that food producer up, and we are going to get a house built to essentially, well, have someone close to the food producer to actually go there. Not to mention, building houses in this game is extremely important. You need to keep your people, covered and safe, and that's a major part of it. I'm also going to go ahead here and increase the storage yard capacity. You guys will see that, like, right away I want to do that because I know just how complicated that can get in this game. Now, over time, we are allowed to actually draw cards from a special pile over here, and I think it's every 90 seconds, I should say, you get a new, sort of choice of cards. I'm going to stick with a fishing lodge and actually purchase one, again, just because this is a really good source of food, just to keep your people fed. Now, you can actually check the efficiency there to find the best location. That's going to have to do for now. It's not the best location, but it's decent. It's decent. And of course now the idea is get some wood and get some homes built. Now one way to get wood is we can actually just click this gather button, but the better way to do this is actually to get a forester to go ahead and, plant trees, cut down trees. He kind of knows what he's doing. For now though, this is going to have to be sufficient, and the food we bring in from not just the farm, but from the fishing lodge here is also going to have to be sufficient. Now, over time in this game, not only can you claim provinces, in fact, we're about to do that right now, but you can also upgrade buildings with existing resources. So pretty quickly, with some gold, we can actually upgrade the fishing lodge with some tastier bait. We can even increase the worker slots in it. Now, here's another cool thing, is the tech tree. Now, the first thing I go for is immediately improved wood cutting. I want to make sure that we get that wood cut out fast. In this game, you can get to a point where you forget to have enough wood and you're basically stuck. We're not going to have that issue here. That's one of the reasons that I actually built the extension here on the storage yard, and even that's not really sufficient. We need to do another extension. See, a fruit gatherer. Another excellent place, of course, to get food from. The tavern just increases visitors' fun, so you can actually get immigrants to your town because they like the tavern. It's also going to keep the general people around happy. So I'm actually going to get quite a few of these. I'm going to get the coal burner too. The idea behind the coal burner is this game is very much like Banished, and when winter comes, you need to keep your people warm, obviously. So you can turn wood into coal, and that'll burn warmer and also won't take up as much of your overall resources. But obviously we need to do that before winter. So we're already chopping things down, and what I'm really trying to do, I'm even going to pay 10 gold to do it, is get a forester. There we go. We're going to get a forester, guys, and a mushroom farm. which we can place as we see fit. But just like Magic the Gathering, you can only have 7 cards in your hand at one time. So if at some point you've got too many cards in your hand, you got to get ready to discard a few. I'll put the Forester here. I'm also going to order these folks to chop down this area because we need the trees. Wonderful. So now, of course, one of the quests, building 5 houses. And I think this is kind of a good way to get folks introduced to the game. Get them understanding what's going on. So I think they did a pretty good job of that. All right. We also got some stone here. We'll come back for that later. But right now, I'm looking to improve our housing situation. Now, the immigration office is essential to get new immigrants here. Of course, your people will have children, and over time they'll grow into adults. But this is one great way to actually get more people. So let's grab one of those. I'm going to submit my request, but I'm not going to build the immigration office yet. Again, I want to make sure that we're good on food. I want to make sure that we're good on wood, etc. And actually, right now, we are having some food-related issues. So let's get that fruit gatherer down. We've got a tremendous amount of fruit all around. Let's get him immediately up, and of course we are going to continue our house building. That is always important. I will eventually put the tavern down. Believe me, it's an important building, but right now survival is the most important thing. Here we go. Alright, folks. Trim a few of these trees as well, just to get that instant wood. And storage is too far. This is actually not too bad. Gives me another reason to get a storage yard right here. And this would be a storage yard just for the fish. Pretty wonderful. I'd like to also get another food building here if this fruit gatherer is not going to be enough. Now, one thing you can do is you can actually increase the level of focus. So essentially, we can really make them focus over here on this house. What I should have done, though, is actually have them focus on the fruit gatherer. Meticulous. Gathering action takes twice as long, but yields 30% more fruit. I think that's definitely the way to approach this. Although we need food soon. As you can see, some of our people are already having issues with food. And this man's name is Pun. That is a cool name, man. Alright, we've got another house nearly up. And of course, people lose stress levels when they're in a home. It also makes it more likely that they won't die during winter. If you don't have homes by winter, I can't tell you how dangerous that is in this game. You're going to lose a lot of people. You also need homes to attract immigrants. So if people start seeing that you're actually, building homes on your settlement and there are open vacancies, then you're going to have people moving in. But before you do that, you do need the immigration office, of course. Let's see, how is that? Okay, there's the house, and the fruit gatherer is up. Hey, very nice. So for 3 steel tools, we can upgrade to delicate gathering, folks, to not damage the fruit trees as much. And let's hope that this is going to be sufficient to feed our people, because quite a few people are complaining about lack of food. Animals are eating your crops. One way to deal with it was to build a hunting lodge near the farms. Now, I've actually never had this issue before. That's pretty cool. We don't have a hunting lodge, but we can actually click this button to basically refresh the choices. We get an entirely new choice, and as you can see, there is the hunting lodge, guys. So the hunting lodge near our farms, I can see all those animals around. We're going to put it right here, and this is an excellent source of food, as I'm sure you guys can imagine. 32 fruit gathered right there. I'm hoping that that's going to keep the people fed. Yeah, look at all those delicious oranges. Now, over time, we're also going to get a trading post here. And then, of course, guys, we can trade with other areas, with other cities all around the world. And if we just take a quick look around, we can already see a place called Stark over here. Look at their food, resources. It's looking pretty nice. Now, this game uses influence points to simulate combat. You guys will understand what I mean over time, but basically, we're going to start purchasing warriors, but what that's going to do is not actually give us a warrior. It's going to increase our influence points. I believe they're going to appear somewhere over here, but we can use them to pretty much subjugate and vassalize other kingdoms. They have no choice. Once we beat them with influence points, we can pretty much just immediately take over. So it's different. It's a different approach to combat, for sure. I think it's clear to me that the actual developers really want you to focus more so on the building aspect here. And we are going to be cutting through here, guys, a little bit, just because I want to make sure I edit in as we are expanding so that you guys can see just how far we've come. Of course, I'm going to get immediately another house going, and it does look like our people are not worrying about hunger anymore, at least. There we go. There we go. Wow. There we go. So let's see, a beer tax. Okay, none of these are going to help us right now. I'm going to keep the conglomerate ability. What we need to do is get that tavern up and the immigrant office up. So let's get the immigration office up. It's about time. We're going to put it right here. I'm actually also going to build a road out to build some more houses north of us. And it might not be a bad idea to build another farm, because eventually we're going to want to turn that into beer once we get our brewery. There we go. And we'll need the coal mine eventually. That's assuming we even get to a location with coal, which is all the way over here. So, you know what we're going to do? And this is a cool opportunity to show you guys this. I can just get rid of the card, and I make gold from getting rid of the card, which is really nice. We can use that once we get the trading post to actually purchase more supplies elsewhere. Just to make sure that we're getting enough wood also, I'm going to go down here where you see all these coconut trees. They do provide coconuts, which is great for a food resource, but they also provide quite a bit of wood. And if I do say so myself, they're not aesthetically very pleasing at all. Let's get rid of them, and I am going to consider putting up a tavern. In fact, let's get that tavern up. Right there. Now, I am overloading the area, honestly, with a bunch of buildings. I wouldn't recommend doing this. I won't build any more, but it's probably a good idea to sort of get a few buildings up first before you start going crazy here and just placing them everywhere. Although we do have a little bit of experience in this game, let me say. And actually, a good opportunity to upgrade our town hall as well. Alright. As the town grows, so does the town hall. So now, guys, you see that trade caravans often arrive at your settlement. And this is an opportunity for us to maybe pick up some additional food, or in this case, only sell certain things. And I'm just looking through what we've got. We've got quite a lot of oranges. I'll sell a few. Although, keep in mind, during wintertime, these oranges are a pretty commodity. So, $2.45, I'll accept it for this one time, but we don't want to do this every time. And something that's very scary that's happening right now is our actual stockpiles are getting over flooded. So let me immediately get another storage yard here, at least to take up this area here. Yep. And maybe even one back here. Although hopefully, I'm not going to risk it, actually. I'm going to get a storage yard back here as well. Storage yards in this game are so important to make sure you don't have too many items. Now, if we needed to, as long as we have that trading company, we could sell some items to make room. But we don't currently have that as an example. Let's see if we got it. Immigration office. No, we already have one of those. I'm going to pay 20. Nope. Just going to have to wait for that trading company, but I'm not buying anything else until we get it. Might as well harvest this area too. And again, just to get the wood and get these buildings up quickly. I have noticed in this game, I don't know if it's something they're going to fix later, that if you cut wood closer to the buildings that are being built, it's more likely that the wood will be allocated there and not as heating for the homes or just going into the storage area. That is definitely something to keep in mind. Plenty of coconuts here. Well, nothing to do with coconuts, and our people need to eat more oranges. Got to get rid of that orange surplus, my goodness. Right, look at all that wood. That house up, get that house up. Alright. See if we get the trading post yet. Nope. We get one free flip, so no. Again, we're still waiting for that trading post. Get that wood. Winter is starting, guys, so as you can see, we've got to get those houses up. This is one of the problems with, of course, having multiple building locations up at once. We're starring that just to make sure that we know we want people to work on it. Oh, nice. They did get the... Oh, that's the fruit gather. I thought it was the second home. The second home is going to be over here. Is it here? Or no, it's here. It's here. Okay. Got one house up. Now, at any point, you can, of course, deny people the access here, so you can only allow wood, for instance. That's probably what we want to do with this storage yard, but it's such a small storage yard. Let's see if that even works. Here we go. We've got some building going on. Don't get me excited for no reason, people. Got all the wood here. We just need a builder to head over, and that will happen with time. There we go. Nice little house up. Just in time, too, because winter is setting in. We need just one more, and then we're set in terms of everybody being indoors for the winter. But this is when people start to die if they don't have housing or if there's not adequate food. Now, we've got enough oranges to last us 3 winters, so I don't feel too bad, but just to give you an idea. Now, our people are quite cold, and this is what I was talking about regarding upgrades. So we actually can get some stone insulation up here. We can even increase the first impression for our incoming immigrants. But for now, of course, the important thing is just to get those houses up quickly. But this is just one of many ways to sort of improve their chances of survival. Again, upgrading that insulation. And one of them is wandering out here off our territory. That's never a good thing. We do have enough money to claim additional provinces, by the way. And like I said, over time, you can just keep growing and growing and growing and ultimately take over an entire continent. But currently, of course, we still have a lot to go and some very cold people. Got that house up, though, thank goodness. Going to improve insulation there, but of course we're going to have to make up for this by getting stone later. And I see the perfect opportunity to grab some. Yeah. And some additional wood while we're at it as well. Now, the reason our people are cold, we need to get that iron smelter working. Where is it? Not the iron smelter, excuse me. The, is it here? No. The coal refinery. Yeah, here it is. The charcoal burner. Coal refinery. So let's see if we can't get it up. It's gonna be tough. Here we go. And I'm still waiting for the trading post. So, here we go. Nope. Although this allows us to get some quick wood, I am gonna do that. For 370, we bought some wood, but again, just to get the wood here quickly, and hopefully get our people warm even faster. Still need some more resources here. We could, of course, speed that process up with our old chop down trees method. And now that we've got the hunting lodge, look at how many animals are over here. We are going to have endless source of food just from the animals. We also get leather from the animals, obviously to keep the people warm, but also to use as a trade commodity. Look at that. Our leather is building up. But we need that charcoal burner. Get the wood over there, folks. In fact, we'll help you make it happen even faster. There we go. And then at the same time, we need enough wood to feed that charcoal burner constantly to keep the people warm. I think upgrading insulation, as you can see here, nobody else is suffering from freezing. We haven't lost any people either, so we got very lucky. And also, it looks like the snow is beginning to thaw. That's what this game is all about. Not only increasing the size of your town, you also have to start trading with your neighbors over time, using your influence points to capture other areas and just making a successful settlement. Now, it is odd for us not to have gotten the trader yet, but it is something that's going to come up eventually, and at that point you can buy and sell as you wish. Of course, just like a real market, those prices are going to fluctuate. So perhaps starting, for instance, on a grape farming zone, once you get to grape farming, isn't such a good idea if everybody else is going for grape farming as well. Up here, we've got the cotton farming resource, and that seems to be particularly rare on this map. So, just an idea, just a quick gameplay video and look at this game. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you want to see some more videos on the channel, you know what to do. Hit that like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe. It's not something I usually play on the channel, but I do consider this a strategy game, and I wouldn't mind playing some more. It's certainly an exciting little game. Thanks again, folks. Take care, and I'll catch you on the next one.